Yo, Internet! I'm back! That's right, Gabriel here, and today we are going to be researching on some new Pokemon. We're heading over to the Johto region, where we're researching more and more Pokemon. So, let's get this Johto Pokemon research on a roll! Chikorita, the leaf Pokemon, a grass type. Chikorita brandishes its leaf in battle to fend off a foe. When it does this, the leaf gives off a lovely aroma that calms everyone down. Bayleaf, the leaf Pokemon, a grass type. The tree shoots that form a wreath around Bayleaf's neck gives off an invigorating fragrance. A tube-shaped leaf protects each shoot. Meganium, the herb Pokemon, a grass type. Meganium's flower wafts a soothing scent. During a battle, the fragrance grows stronger as this Pokemon attempts to calm its enemies. Cyndaquil, the Fire Mouse Pokemon, a fire type. The protective flames on Cyndaquil's back are an indicator of its mood. A sputtering fire means it's tired, while anger makes the flames burn high and hot. Quilava, the Volcano Pokemon, a fire type. To keep opponents from getting too close, Quilava heats up the air around it by flaring the flames on its body. It's extremely nimble and good at dodging. Typhlosion, the Volcano Pokemon, a fire type. The heat shimmer given off by Typhlosion's flame serves to conceal the Pokemon's movements. It can unleash a fiery explosion to scorch everything around it. Dododile, the Big Jaw Pokemon, a water type. Be careful around a playful Totodile. It tends to nibble on friends as a sign of affection, but its jaws are strong enough to cause serious harm. Crocodile, the Big Jaw Pokemon, a water type. Each of Crocodile's fangs ends in a barb that resembles a fishhook. When it grips a foe in its fearsome jaws, escape is nearly impossible. Feraligatr, the Big Jaw Pokemon, a water type. Feraligatr uses its gaping maw as an intimidation tactic. Its powerful legs propel it into a high-speed charge. Sentret, the Scout Pokemon, a normal type. Sentret always sleeps in groups of 2 or more, so one of them can keep watch and alert its friends if danger threatens. When alone, they're too nervous to sleep. Ferret, the long-bodied Pokemon, a normal type. With its long, thin body and impressive speed, Ferret has an evasive edge in battle. It can often wriggle right out of an opponent's grasp. Hoot, the Owl Pokemon, a normal and flying type. Long ago, people looked to Hoot to tell the time, because it moves its head in a precise rhythm and always sounds a cry at the same time of day. Noctowl, the Owl Pokemon, a normal and flying type. Noctowl can see through even the darkest night, so hiding in the shadows is not an option for an opponent trying to escape. A Noctowl that has swiveled its head upside down is an unhappy Noctowl. Keep your distance. Ladybug, the 5-star Pokemon, a bug and flying type. Ladybug prefer to stick together, forming brightly patterned swarms. They communicate through scent, and the aromatic fluid they give off changes according to their emotion. A swarm of angry ladybugs smells unpleasantly sour. Lydian, the 5-star Pokemon, a bug and flying type. Lydian are thought to consume starlight for food, but they're also happy to gobble down berries. They pummel their opponents with all 4 arms in battle, hoping to overcome the foe with a flurry of punches. Spinarak, the string spit Pokemon, a bug and poison type. The threads Spinarak uses to spin its webs are so sturdy that they're sometimes used to reinforce fishing nets. Rather than go out hunting for food, this patient Pokemon waits for something to blunder into its web. Ariados, the long-leg Pokemon, a bug and poison type. Ariados' thread is sometimes used in weaving to produce a particularly strong piece of cloth. When making its web, Ariados spins its thread from both ends of its body. Crobat, the bat Pokemon, a poison and flying type. Crobat's hind legs evolved into an extra pair of wings, so this Pokemon has a hard time getting around on the ground. In the air, though, it's a master of speed and stealth. Chinchu, The Angler Pokemon, a water and electric type. Long ago, two of Chinchu's fins developed into antennae, which flash brightly to communicate with others, or to light its way in the depths of the ocean where it lives. They can also discharge an electric shock. Lantern, the light Pokemon, a water and electric type. With the bright light from its antennae, Lantern can blind and daze its opponent, then attack with electricity before it recovers. At night, the lights of many lanterns shine through the dark ocean like stars. Pichu, the tiny mouse Pokemon, an electric type. Pichu is so adorable, but that doesn't mean it's harmless. Its trainer has to watch out because this little Pokemon isn't very good at controlling its own electricity, and sometimes shocks itself and others. Cleffa, the star-shaped Pokemon, a fairy type. Cleffa who live in the Alola region are very fond of Minior. When shooting stars streak through the night sky, Cleffa can be found watching intently. With its five-pointed silhouette, it's said to be the rebirth of a star. Igglybuff, the balloon Pokemon, a normal and fairy type. Though Igglybuff is an enthusiastic singer, it's not particularly skilled yet. Its bouncing movement causes it to sweat, but fortunately this makes it smell better, not worse. Togepi, the spike ball Pokemon, a fairy type. Togepi soaks up good vibes from other beings for use as energy. Its shell is filled with happy feelings and warm fuzzies. Togetic, the happiness Pokemon, a fairy and flying type. Widely regarded as a bringer of good luck, Togetic seeks out people with pure hearts and showers happiness upon them. Natu, the tiny bird Pokemon, a psychic and flying type. Natu's wings aren't developed enough for flight, but it can jump high into the air, which allows it to nibble on buds growing from high branches. It has a watchful expression. Xatu, the mystic Pokemon, a psychic and flying type. Apparently, Xatu can see into the future, but it lacks the power, or maybe just the will, to change anything. Some speculate that this is why it doesn't move much. Mareep, the wool Pokemon, an electric type. Although Mareep looks cuddly, be careful when you pet it. Its fleece is charged with static electricity that could give you a shock. Clothing made from Mareep fleece undergoes a special process to resist the change. Flaffy, the wool Pokemon, an electric type. Flaffy is covered in soft fleece that looks perfect for petting, but watch out, the fleece stores up electricity and you could get a nasty shock. The bald patches of rubbery skin are much safer to touch. Ampharos, the light Pokemon, an electric type. Sailors have a tradition of using Ampharos as a beacon to guide them home. The light on its tail is so bright that it can be seen from a great distance. Bellossom, the flower Pokemon, a grass type. In strong sunlight, this Pokemon's leaves spin in a joyful dance. Bellossom that evolved from a particularly stinky gloom will grow the most beautiful flowers. Marill, the Aqua Mouse Pokemon, a water and fairy type. When Marill dives underwater in search of plants to eat, its buoyant tail bobs on the surface. The tail is flexible enough to wrap around a tree as an anchor. Azumarill, the Aqua Rabbit Pokemon, a water and fairy type. When Azumarill spots a Pokemon struggling in the water, it creates a balloon of air so the other Pokemon can breathe. It has excellent hearing. Sudowoodo, the imitation Pokemon, a rock type. Sudowoodo may look like a tree, but if you try to water it, it will run away. This Pokemon is favored by elderly trainers and is sometimes sought after by collectors, who prefer Sudowoodo with bigger patches of green. Politoed, the frog Pokemon, a water type. When several Politoed gather together to sing under the moon, the angry quality of their cries makes it sound like they're having a heated argument. Poliwag and Poliwhirl regard this Pokemon as a leader. Hoppip, the cottonweed Pokemon, a grass and flying type. Since Hoppip floats on the wind, it must cluster together with others in order to withstand strong gusts, otherwise it might be blown away. Skiploom, the cottonweed Pokemon, a grass and flying type. In mild temperatures, the flower on Skiploom's head begins to bloom. The petals start to open at just above 64 degrees Fahrenheit, and warmer temperatures coax them into full bloom. Jumpluff, the cottonweed Pokemon, a grass and flying type. If Jumpluff hits a patch of cold air while it's drifting on the wind, it will return to the ground to await a warm breeze. The winds carry its fluffy body across the sea and around the world. Apom, the long-tail Pokemon, a normal type. Apom's tail is much handier than its actual hands, which have become clumsy from lack of use. It can use the tail to climb high up into the trees and scout for food. Sunkern, the seed Pokemon, a grass type. Sunkern doesn't consume food but lively entirely on dewdrops. It avoids movements as much as possible so it doesn't use up its stored energy. Sunflora, the sun Pokemon, a grass type. Sunflora soaks up the sun's rays and transforms that energy into nutrients. It's very active during the warmth of the day, but when sunset arrives, it stops moving. Yanma, the clear-wing Pokemon, a bug and flying type. With its compound eyes, Yanma can see in every direction without moving its head. It can make quick stops and turn during flight. Wooper, the waterfish Pokemon, a water and ground type. The Wooper usually live in the water. They sometimes come ashore to look for food. To protect their bodies, they cover themselves with a sticky substance that is poisonous to the touch. Quagsire, the waterfish Pokemon, a water and ground type. Quagsire doesn't exactly hunt for food. It hangs out in the water with its mouth open and waits for something to drift in. Fortunately, this lack of movement means it doesn't need to eat much. Espeon, the sun Pokemon, a psychic type. Espeon doesn't have to see its opponents to sense its movements. Its fine fur picks up even the slightest shift in air currents. If the orb on its forehead glows dark, that means its psychic power is temporarily depleted. Umbreon, the moonlight Pokemon, a dark type. Umbreon's black fur makes it well suited for battles in the dark. It can rely on its camouflage to keep it hidden until it's ready to strike. When it's angry, its sweat turns toxic. Murkrow, the darkness Pokemon, a dark and flying type. It's unusual to see a Murkrow flying around during the day. They generally sleep until dusk and do their flying at night. They keep an eye out for sparkly objects, which they sometimes often as a gift to a trainer. Slowking, the royal Pokemon, a water and psychic type. When Slowking has bitten on the head, the poisons that were released interacted with its system in a mysterious way, enhancing its brain power to the point of genius. Misdreavus, the Screech Pokemon, a ghost type. Misdreavus gets its energy from scaring people and soaking up their fear. One of its favorite tricks is hiding in an otherwise empty room and making a noise that sounds like someone weeping. Unknown, the Symbol Pokemon, a psychic type. Unknown can be found in many different shades that resemble ancient writings. It's not known which came first. Okay folks, I think part 1 of my Johto Pokemon research ends here. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2.